Hello, hello, and welcome to Headline This. I'm just going to unmute Andy's microphone. It won't let me. Okay, so I've got to get rid of this. See, I'm still learning the tech. This is...
I've done it.
Starting... Oh, you've done it.
I did it.
Yes, he did it. This is coming off to be the best start we've ever made. I couldn't...
Yeah, beginnings are always our thing, weren't they?
Beginning... I think the very last episode that we ever did frame by frame, things started falling apart in the room. So I think we kind of realized that our lives were at stake. We continued, but here we go. This is Andy Lewin, all the way from Yorkshire, and he's here to talk about opening podcasts. This is going to be one big opening.
Yeah, this is all I know.
This is it. This will be the scariest piece of podcasting ever, where it's just one opening. We never actually start.
No. So what people probably don't know is we used to have a little film. Well, we reviewed films, but it was like it ended up reviewing comedy and stuff. But we had a little podcast going, didn't we? And one of our things is we just couldn't start it at all. It was like, hi, Stephen, you go first. No, you go. What?
I used to drop you in it. I used to think that I would always kind of generally start first, and then I would drop you right in it by saying, "Hey, guess what? You're going to start this one," and you'd be like, "Oh, right, okay." I'm Andy.
I always said you was the professional one, and I was just there to. Well, I don't know what I was there for, to be honest.
You talking to me?
Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
Then who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me?
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like a clown.
I'm Peter Binkman. We all go a little mad sometimes.
Man that doesn't spend time in his stomach will never be a real man.
I'm kind of a big deal.
The first rule of Fight Club is do not talk about Fight Club.
It's mine. Yeah, baby.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You're the professional one. You've got all the intelligence. What was I?
No, there's nothing to do with intelligence. I mean, it's not even intelligence. It's just pure luck. Pure luck. But I think once we got the ground running with, once we cracked a few jokes or something fell off the shelf, we were right there. And then the middle of it, the middle was your 0. What was it? 0.1%?
0.1%, yeah, of something.
Oh.
I'd hit on something, and like, and then gone. Maybe we might get it tonight.
Might get it tonight. You're. I don't know. The bets are on. I don't know if. The pressure is on. The pressure is always on with these. I mean, this is the first time I'm actually doing this live as a video. Previously, I spoke to Lee Thorne, and we tried to do the video thing, but the signal was terrible between Jersey and here. We couldn't get a signal. So this is going well. This is going well. We've never done a visual broadcast, you and me. We've always been hidden.
Always hidden for good reason.
Yeah, because of face for radio. Yeah, I know. Look at this. It's like all the red. I should have put some foundation on. I should have.
If I'd known this was happening,
eyebrows,
wig. People are going to say I'm bald now.
Yeah, but you've worn a wig. But they as well as Andy and I also not only just made a podcast, but we've also made a short film, and that short film was CaCO3. It was a horror, and I say it's a horror. It was more of a under your skin, dark, noirish.
Yeah.
But you wore a wig.
I did wear a wig. In fact, it was quite effective when you watch it back. It was quite effective. But that wig I got from the pound shop for £1. That's why you call it.
How much was that?
And then I had to get like what was it? I got like Vicks or something and put it all in the hair to make it all look greasy and
greased
horrible.
it up. Yeah, and that worked. Luckily, I don't think it was Vicks because we didn't smell you coming. really. It was
All right.
unless it was Vaseline. You might have used Vaseline because that doesn't have a
Actually,
smell.
not Vicks. Yeah.
Yeah,
But because of
Vicks.
Vicks, our sinuses would have been fine.
Vicks will be like, would have been a different movie.
Yeah, it would be very different. Yeah.
So how have you been? What's that?
Oh no, I've been okay, mate. I've been okay. You know, it's been a strange time. Gone from teaching and playing guitar and gigs to driving a van for Sainsbury's. That's how my life's panned out.
But that a lot of artists are doing that. You've probably seen a lot of stories about, you know, any musicians, actors. They're all trying to find their way now, and it's not easy. It really isn't easy. And I think once all of this is over, you will be able to say no more vans, and hello stage, hello guitar, hello Marshall amp.
Marshall, this guy over here, you know your gear.
I know my stuff. Marshall amp, God, yeah. Let's get on to pedal talk quickly. No, but it's not going to be very long. I'm sure you guys have been practicing. You've been doing some online gigs. You've kept it fresh. You've kept yourself going. Did that help?
Yeah, it did help. I think if we hadn't been doing the video, you know, getting the YouTube channel going and doing some covers on YouTube, I think we would have gone insane. But that's been a massive help, you know, just to keep that creative juice going, you know, and cover some songs, stick them on YouTube. And well, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, we had about 3 subscribers. Now got over 500, so it's doing all right, you know.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's so difficult to get subscribers, to get people to hit that button, and you know, without
you know as well as I do, you could go on a social network and then put a picture of your kid, and hundreds of people like it. You do something creative and share that, and everyone's like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, it's like they're afraid. We've done that social experiment before with Frame by Frame, where we put a picture of my son holding an Academy Award, and it was all adorable. And then we did another one with Frame by Frame, Academy Award special. Not one single like, and it was like, well, how come? And I wonder, you know, if algorithms had something to do with it, if it was like dropped down in people's vision, because it was, I don't know how it worked, but something is fishy when it comes to social media. Something is very fishy.
Yeah. It's down to algorithms, definitely, and also I think a lot of time people don't know how to deal with creative people. I think it's
as well. Yeah, I wish we could get down to the bottom of that one.
I think sometimes people go, "Oh, I wish I had the confidence to do that," but I haven't got the confidence to do that. But I'm not going to watch other people do that.
Especially if you're your friends or your family or people who, It's luckily there are other platforms that have kind of work well. I mean, Instagram seems to work well for live broadcasts.
Yeah, it's doing really well for you, isn't it? You're utilizing Instagram really well now.
Trying to, yeah. Hashtags are the thing. I mean, it's amazing what a hashtag can do. Pulling in people, strangers, and that's it. You need to have those native hits. Yeah. That sounds like a type of genre for music. Native hits.
Native hits.
Yeah, Twitter is very strange. Social media is just strange altogether, but each one has its strengths and its weaknesses. So MySpace, I think.
MySpace was the one, wasn't it? MySpace was great.
So that was perfect for musicians.
It was, funnily enough. Have you ever heard of the bass player called Tony Levin?
No, I have not.
No, so he played with King Crimson, but he was Peter Gabriel's go-to bass player. He's like in his 70s now, but he's still as current as ever. And my second name being Lewin, out of the blue, he just messaged me on MySpace. Now, this is a guy who's been a hero of mine since I was about 15, 16. A little thing Tony Levin, it was not that Tony Levin. It was that Tony Levin saying, our last names are very similar. Where does your name come from? And we had this discussion about our last names. To a Tony Levin, like an absolute. That was MySpace. It's not on Facebook, does it?
Oh no! it never happens on my Facebook. Twitter maybe if you're lucky, but no. I think YouTube actually. I've had people reaching out on YouTube who I've become pally with, and they're kind of like well-known people. But I don't know. It seems to be a different thing now than when we started Frame by Frame, for example. I think it's all changed again because of the global pandemic. Nobody really knows where to be. It's very difficult to know where to put your stuff. Apart from YouTube. YouTube is the place.
Yeah, YouTube, because you can, you'll find an audience, and also they find you. You froze them for a second. Is everything all right?
I think I did. Yeah, I'm just going to message the switchboard to see if because I can see I've got a very weak signal. 1 second.
Okay.
Open the door, please, Hal. Because we've got the doors closed there, so maybe if those doors are open, we might be able to get a stronger signal. So yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Obviously with YouTube, you kind of find an audience, but the audience finds you because they might be looking for specific things, and then you've covered that song, and then let's see what else they've done, and then it can. I'm still waiting for it to snowball, but it's
the snowball effect. The whole monetizing thing has changed as well on YouTube. The whole system has changed. So you've got to have so many hits per year, and you've got to have so many subscribers before you can actually hit that. So
you need
to actually
subscribe before you can even do anything.
So we're doing this for love right now. This is just for love. So
especially when it comes to music and things like this, I never expect it's going to go anywhere. We just done a cover that we put out today of a Genesis song, Follow You, Follow Me, but we did like a fingerstyle version of it. Super proud of it. So the way if no one listens to it, I'm proud of it. Tracy loves it, so I'm happy with that.
And that's it. You and Tracy are not just a partnership in real life, but you're a partnership in music, and that's that's something that you can both share. That's like the best thing you can have, really.
Oh yeah, I'm under no illusion how lucky I am.
Because that way, I mean, you're putting it out there, and it's like, what, this is it will snowball if it's meant to, and everything is, we'll if it's meant to happen, it will happen, and that's But luckily, once lockdown is over, you'll be able to travel with your troupe and put on some gigs.
That's looking like we've got a wedding planned, and not personally, we're playing at a wedding in June, July, so that's in Edinburgh.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I look forward to that. Hopefully, it goes ahead. That's just the worry at the minute. Is the gigs are starting to come in again. It's quite exciting. And you just don't want the government at the very last minute to go all the way again.
Yeah, the uncertainty, but
it's more important that people are safe, obviously.
Absolutely.
But it's just a worry because But,
and hopefully with things like weddings and like that, they might be postponed. Hopefully they won't just go on ahead and do a Zoom and things can move forward.
Yeah, exactly. It's been postponed for this will be the second year now. We're supposed to play not last year, the year before. Then obviously the pandemic happened. They couldn't do it last year, and now they're doing it this year. So
and that's with Breakaway Acoustic Duo. That's your handle there on Instagram.
That's hit us up on the gram, man. You know what I'm saying?
Instagram. Click there, follow, and do your part, because Andy is a tremendous musician, and he has played with some pretty interesting people. I'm trying to remember now. Eric somebody.
It was a cream. That's a funny story where we were playing in New York. We had this function band, and we were just lucky enough to just be playing in this hotel. And we were playing all week, and we had the weekend off. And it was like, didn't sleep all week. It was very exhausting. You're rehearsing during the day, playing all night. Because you're in New York, you think, I'm going to go out because apparently this place never sleeps. It doesn't. It might do now, but when we went, it didn't. And
exactly.
we had a night off, and we got a phone call saying, "Look, does someone wants to play a gig? Do you fancy playing?" I'm like, "Oh, mate, no, I'm exhausted. It's our night off. I don't want to." And it's Eric Clapton. Yeah, okay then. Yeah.
Okay.
He never said a word. Yeah. He never said a word to us. We just set up. We were waiting there. He walks in, plugs in, plays. We just followed what he was doing, and he went. And that was it. Never said a word to us. But
never said a word. The thing is, it's the play, isn't it? It's not about the conversation with people.
Oh yeah. I didn't expect. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like I was watching. Was it the Mamas and the Papas did a show in 1998, and the whole Paul Schaefer and the band were there, and I remember him saying on the show that they just came on, they said their hellos, they glossed each other over a little bit whilst they were just doing the gig, and then that was it. It's there you go. That's my story. I wasn't there, but Paul Schaefer was. So
it's a beautiful story, mate.
Oh, it's a wonderful story. I should tell that on the Moth.
So how's things with you anyway? What's going on with you? You're publishing books now. So all this?
No, just little things. Just little things. Keeping them through. I'm trying to keep us. I'm very modest about it. I try to keep very modest about it. I'm terrible at promoting my books. If somebody said, what do you got this? Oh, just some stories. Terrible at promoting. Yeah, just a few words in a kind of a form of a book.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it's about. Yeah, it's just about. It's like a wedge. You can use it as a door wedge. I've got no shame. It's right there.
There it is.
There it is. Semblance and on. There we go. Shameless plug. That's over. Okay, that's paid. Shameless plug. But Andy, we've got. We've done some writing together, though, haven't we? Before, frame by frame. I think one of the first things we ever did together before CACO3, we even wrote a feature-length alien abduction type story.
Yes, was it?
Do you remember that?
Projection. Projection. That was it. Yeah.
That was when we first met. Really, I mean, we did an interview. For your ghost group in Manchester, and since then we. What was that?
Oh,
did I lose you?
So you talk about ghosts.
You're there. You're there.
Wrong. Yeah, you went off then, mate. I don't know if it's me or you.
But we've got a film that it's a really good script, and I actually read the whole thing again last night, and it's so surprising. It still holds up. I'm still gripped. I'm like, there's so much goes on in it. I don't remember everything, and it's like, yeah, man, it's definitely
an out of body experience thing, wasn't it?
That was it. Yeah, the characters are doing tests about how far they can push out of body experiences, and they start to discover things that they're not supposed to be tapping into. And from that, we kind of thought, we can make this into a film. You and me, just you on the camera, and me on the camera. No stars or anything, no cast, no nothing.
I mean, if Kevin Smith can do it, why can't we?
Yeah, we were just going to do like finger puppets, weren't we? I don't know. But we decided to do a short film instead. Oh, you see, the ghost is there already. Switching the light on behind you.
I think it's ghost, mate. Ghost, honestly.
Yeah,
well, that was the idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
CAC3 was going to be our gateway into doing projections.
Yes, it was kind of like a mini version of the film, and it was going to be our gateway into doing it. So, but we decided that it was too big, I think, to eventually attempt to feature without having anybody else to work with us. And
no money.
Money. But yeah, it was. What was the biggest memory from doing CACO3?
I think
Apart from
driving
the
around
big-
Manchester. I think driving around Manchester, doing a lot of that filming. You know, I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember being in your back garden, just trying to get Mr. Chalkface to work.
Mr. Chopper. Yes, trying to get him to glide towards the camera. That was always.
The idea behind the short story was when you're young, you have imaginary friends. Now, what if this imaginary friend wasn't imaginary but a real entity? And when you grow older, you just forget. You learn to ignore it and forget the imaginary friend. But what if they never actually left you? And just because you're ignoring them, they're still there and they're angry and bitter. And this imaginary friend hadn't left this character, had he?
No,
and that's kind of like
always
that's
been
what,
there.
that's
Yeah.
what we're going with it. And we called him, was it Mr. or Dr. Chalkface?
It was Dr. Chalkface. I think we kind of dressed him up in a white gown, so the term doctor kind of was either instigated by the parent or but yeah, and the drawing of how Dr. Chalkface looked was based on the drawing that you depict, your depiction of him as a child.
Yeah.
And so that's the form that they take. They take the form of whatever crude, crazy drawing that a 3-year-old, 4-year-old would do, or whatever age that they decide to draw them. That's kind of what they become, and that's yeah.
And then obviously the title. I remember CACO3, where we were writing the script and we were trying to think of a name for this little short film. And I said to you, "What's the chemical element for calcium?" Obviously, what chalk's made out of, and you looked it up, and it's CaCO3, and that was just like a little roast the master moment, weren't it? It was like, yes, perfect, you know. So,
in a way, it really didn't do us any favors in searchability, but it still had a really, really strong image. You know, a title that nobody really knew what it was about. And,
no,
that was, you know,
but it turns out it was just science teachers wanted to find out what it was about.
yeah, if you actually typed it in, you'd get all these different experiments. Experiment. A short film from somewhere around the other side of the world, also CaCO3, and then us. You know, this little horror film. And well, our influences were definitely Lynchian. We had a lot of Lynchians.
A lot of John Carpenter.
John Carpenter, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, we even did the homage to Halloween with your sting.
We had a little,
yeah.
That's it. That's good. Let's go home. All of the drinking, the smoking, the painkillers in the world weren't gonna help you. Imagine how this will all look in the morning. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess.
And then after we did that, it was frame by frame, because we thought we can't really make a feature film, so let's just talk about films and see what happens, see where that leads.
Yeah. And I really loved it. I really enjoyed them.
It was funny, and I think we had strong production value. We always used to add stuff into the episodes that, you know, listening back, there's always something that I think, wow, yeah, that's funny. I didn't realize we did that, or you know, it wasn't just reviews. The segments, I can never forget when you were reading from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the photo novel, and every so often you just read a piece from the photo novel, and it was just random, but necessary to just pepper the episodes with just random stuff.
Yeah, are you forgetting that we got abducted by the Spice Girls? We got abducted by the Spice Girls.
Trying to forget that. Well, that was episode 13. That was, and it was we reviewed 7. We decided to review 7 because we came up with the idea of after the X-Files episode.
It was at the end of one. We get abducted by him, don't we? The next video, we're in this dungeon which belongs to the Spice Girls, I'm guessing.
It was off the wall, man.
And at the end of that episode, we realised that the Backstreet Boys were in there, but they were dead. So we cut off the faces and put them on our faces so we could escape.
We could scare the Spice Girls and escape. That was a thing. That was our Serbian moment. That was our...
Don't mention that film.
The thing is, we followed that episode up with Interstellar, and we kind of calmed down a little bit. But we did a very ethereal episode. Then we kind of we knew we'd broken the mold, we'd gone too far, and we kind of just pulled it back. And then after that, it just felt like gold. We were really hammering a good time every time. So,
and wasn't there somebody who was traveling through Europe who was actually really enjoying them and was?
Yes,
I seem to remember something through Europe.
Yeah, long distance Clara, probably of Germany, I believe. She used to drive trucks and listen, and so we had one fan. And the entire country of Cambodia for the John Carpenter episode. I think that was it.
Cambodia, big Carpenter.
Yeah, the big Carpenter fan based in Cambodia for one episode. And there was, we always tried to kind of find that one episode that would break the market. And the one thing that we thought was going to break it was Age of Ultron. Because it came out in England 1 week before America, and we thought, this is our chance. This is our chance to kind of get ahead of the game. We'll do it on the day. We'll record ourselves in, and then record ourselves coming out. And we thought it's going to just explode.
This is it.
It's probably one of our lowest rated episodes.
Nobody at all. It was a good episode, though. You know what I mean?
It was different because we were on the road, and you lined up to get the tickets. We panicked about getting soda and not getting soda, and we had so many ideas, so many production ideas. We had the fake cinema that we were going to start working at, and
Cinedine.
You left me. You know what? Just because I didn't upsell to an 8-year-old child, I feel like my job's is threatened. Oh, yeah, I just
felt dirty.
Yeah.
It feels dirty. I mean, it's like I shouldn't have to worry about how many paper towels I use to clean a spill. I spilled a bit of cheese on the floor. Spilled a bit of cheese on the floor, and I used.
How can you spell? The liquid.
Liquid cheese.
It's not really cheese, though, is it?
Yeah. Well.
Did you write it in the damages book?
It's going to be on camera and everything.
Yeah. Well, they're going to trace it back to when you were on shift. Then they'll watch the CCTV, find it's you.
They wouldn't do that.
They will do that. They are that anal.
Do you remember when I first started and I had my interview and I told them that it would be great if we brought in independent films to watch?
How did that go? You just laugh at your face.
Good one, I think was the word. Here's your uniform. That'll be $15. You seeing what I'm seeing?
I hope not.
What?
How can... Did you get an email? Have you checked Facebook?
No email. This doesn't make any sense, man.
How am I going to pay my rent now? We were here yesterday.
Oh,
How is this possible?
where are all these weeds come on? What the hell's this?
Hello?
Doesn't make any freaking sense, man. It's gone. It looks like it's been closed for... No, you were here yesterday, right?
Yes.
I don't understand what you're gonna do. Why don't you just wait here until somebody comes? I mean,
I don't think anyone's coming.
there are other people gonna be starting the shift. They couldn't have all just...
Well, it's all your fault for having children. You
Yeah,
spoiled it.
we tried really hard a few episodes where we had Aspen, who was only like he was 1 or 2 or 3. He slept really well in the early episodes, and then as he got older and older, he just didn't sleep.
There were some episodes though where you were literally feeding him while we were doing the podcast.
That was it. And I think it was the 31 Days of Horror where I did exactly the same thing, but with Hadley.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it definitely makes it feel difficult for for Andy to come all the way here just to kind of watch me feed a baby on a microphone. And yeah, so I think there's many reasons. I think that we
Well, it was around that time as well. I ended up getting that new job, didn't I? I was I ended up being a rep for View Cinemas for a while, and that ended up being taking all my time up, and it was difficult to find time to get around. And
that was it. Yeah, so many things kind of came along, and I think they've continued to. We've often threatened to each other to start again, frame by frame, and it's just difficult to kind of get our lives synchronized.
it is, yeah, because like today, for instance, I've only just really passed about 45 minutes ago, got in from work, and then you messaged me saying, right, we're good to go. I'm like, yeah, can we do it now? So
do it now. Yeah, I'm still riled up from work. I'm still, yeah. But just before you start passing out in front of the screen. But
good to go. I'm good.
You're good. Just that's it. Ready to go.
Strong like bull.
You're crackling up.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, gotcha.
Right.
Technical problems. Gosh, who knew? You never see this on those council meetings where they say I'm not a cat.
You don't, do you? When you see Marin or Joe Rogan, it always seems perfect.
Do you know why? It's because they've kind of like got like 15 backup systems, and they've got like the cream of the crop in terms of internet. I think we got domestic bliss. This is it.
Yeah.
Domestic hookups. So what's happening? So hopefully Breakaway Acoustic Duo is going to be coming back in May, and you're going to be going out doing some gigs. Are you planning on? Yeah. Now he has frozen.
Oh no! Right, you froze.
Back.
Back.
There he is.
Hey, hello.
Hi, welcome back. See, the whole
episode
is just us starting the podcast. What was the question? So, do you have any plans before you start doing gigs to do any more online gigs? Are you just holding out until May?
Possibly. I think we'll probably hold out till May. Hopefully they'll be going ahead. We did a few when it first started. We did a few online gigs, and they were really popular. Did really well. But then Facebook sort of clamped down on that as well and started to try and put a few restrictions on how many you can cover songs live on Facebook, and things got difficult. Then also that you get people involved that'll start they'll have a platform, and you come and play for us. We'll give you a 15-minute slot. You're welcome. And it was very difficult, very, very, very difficult to do, and and to do well as well. It's, first of all, you just use your phone, but then the microphone's distorting, so you buy a microphone for your phone, but that's not quite right. So now you're getting cameras, and where does it end? You end up having a massive production company in your dining room just to stream gigs.
I think that's what everybody's going to, and by the time they've gotten everything set up, they're going to be back out on the stage again. So
yeah,
it's hopefully it'll probably be slow progress back, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Yeah, well, we lost all our work, man, when it all ended, because it decimated the entertainment industry, but all my students as well, because as where we live.
Oh yes.
Where we live, everyone's very. They'll follow guidelines to the letter, and so the moment restrictions come in, all my lessons just went, no, can't have lessons anymore. Tried it online, but I didn't enjoy it like that, so we ended up just having to lost it. It all went. But,
I can imagine. I mean, people do lessons online a lot now. I've noticed that everybody's trying to give you education. Everybody's trying to sell their wares online. And it's not, you can't, with music, you kind of need to see it and be right next to them. You need to the guitar in order to see where the fingers are going and everything. It's not.
Yeah, because it could be the littlest thing where someone can't quite get it, and it's the littlest thing you're saying. Well, you just need to put your thumb there to get the stretch, but you can't do it in this kind of environment.
You can't see that on the screen. No. Yeah, because you've got to reverse everything. You've got to think left-handed, right-handed. You've got to. But luckily, you can play both left-handed and right, can't you? So,
yes, let's say yes to that.
Can you? I kind of thought you could. Oh, you can't. Oh,
no, I'm just right-handed. Yeah.
Just right-handed.
Yeah,
Yeah. So how do you teach a left-handed player?
It's actually easier. If you imagine, if I'm sat like this, and the left-handed will be exactly mirroring me. So, but but if I'm teaching the right-handed person, they'll be the opposite side. So it's actually
So
it's actually it's a little bit easier.
It makes sense. It's kind of a no-brainer, really. But that'll all come back together. It'll all come back.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it will. I'm just just saying. What about what about you? What's pandemic Stephen been like?
Just writing pandemic Stephen, and we of course we moved away from Manchester over to Lincolnshire right in the middle of it all. So I think we made the right move, but at this stage we've kind of had enough. The kids have been off school, back on school, off school.
Yeah.
Homeschooling is not ideal for our two. It never has been. They like structure. They like to be around other children, and that's the bottom line for that. But getting work is crazy. Everybody wants a job, so if everybody wants to get a job, everybody now wants to work from home. So work from home jobs are literally you're competing with over 40,000 other people for those jobs, and that's it's a scary time to get any steady work out there. So but as creatives, we do our best to just keep on being sane as best possible.
Well, as much as I'm complaining about being a delivery driver, I do understand how fortunate I am to be able to at least have a job right now.
Yeah.
When I applied for it, there was like tests you had to go through, and there was like, I think they said like about 500 people went for it, and there was only 6 available. 6 slots available to get in. So I'm really fortunate, and I'm
really lucky.
I've realised I'm magic as well. I'm going to tell you this because of where we live. The roads in Holmfirth and Hebden Bridge and Sabby Bridge, they're not built for anything smaller than a bicycle. So I've decided I can bend the laws of physics because I can get the vans down roads that van should not go to fit down. So I think I'm magic. Yeah.
It sounds like it's one of those things that we figured out during Frame by Frame, that you had this magic ability to transport us to magical places.
It's quite neat. My magical powers is restricted to getting like food to people's houses through small gaps. That's a
superhero that they haven't exploited.
I've never seen Devin Brown do that. So there you go.
No,
Talk about superheroes. I've got a question for you.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Right. So the original, the first Superman film, right? Superman the movie.
Yes.
Right. So at the end of it, when Lois dies and he comes out and he does the flying around the globe and turns back time.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes back and he saves everybody. Why isn't there two Supermen? Because he's gone back in time. So the Superman of back in time should still be there. And not only that, he doesn't want to go anywhere because Lois is still alive now. He saved Lois. So there's two Supermen. So why don't you see two Supermen?
He didn't return to his own timeline. So basically there would be doppelganger effect. Yeah.
There'd be two of them.
There would be two.
He leaves his time to go back in time to save Lois.
But only up until the moment that he goes back in time, then there would just be one. The replacement, because there'd be point B, point A. So he goes from point A to point B, but then two of them exist up until that point, and then it's just him again.
Well, what happens to the one that's from that timeline?
That's a good question, dude. The one from that timeline went back in time.
No, the one from so the guy goes back in time, right? He's here. He goes back in time, but the Superman from that timeline is still there.
He is up until the point, and then he goes back in time at the end. He'll go back in time again.
But he doesn't have to because he's already saved it. He doesn't
have to.
So
you're right.
He starts a new timeline. Go back in time. He starts a new timeline.
True.
That timeline is two Supermans. And
so both Supermen basically realize that they haven't lost Lois Lane, and then they must have actually had a whole film. Superman 2 could have been two Superman. Superman 2, Superman. And they could have battled it out. They should have done that.
It could have been called The Fight for Lois, and they could have had this big Superman fight. It would have been better than what we got.
Yeah, Superman ×2, The Fight for Lois Lane. That, the missing Donna film. That's it.
Yeah.
Next week on Frame by Frame.
It occurred to me I was out driving the other day and I mentioned it to Tracy and she gave me this look of like, what? So I said, when I do the podcast, I'm going to mention it to you.
Brilliant. Yeah, well, it definitely has opened up a whole hole in time and space. A whole hole. Yeah. And it's going to anger a lot of Superman purists, a lot of Christopher Reeve purists. It's like, I think I angered an ET fan the other day by saying that they weren't geraniums, because geraniums are little, I think one is a chrysanthemum, has little flowers, and geraniums is one big flower. And I think I crushed her dreams to say that they were not geraniums in ET.
It wasn't Drew Barrymore you were talking to, was it?
No, it wasn't Drew Barrymore I was talking to. But to be honest, she had her birthday last week, Drew Barrymore, and she had Steven Spielberg on her show. She had David Letterman on her show, and every single person who came on her show made her cry for about 15 minutes. If you've actually ever seen the Drew Barrymore show, she cries a lot.
You're not even cried yet.
What's that?
If you've got me, you're not even cried yet.
I know. I was just... Yeah. No, I cried before. I always cry before in the lead up, and then I kind of, that's why I've got these big pink puffy cheeks, from all the tears.
Yeah, before we started recording, we got all the tears out of the way with then, didn't we?
That's it. It was very emotional. Oh my gosh, you came on to the show to talk to me, and you're so, you're here for me. It's
all for you, Stephen. It's all for
me. Oh no! Don't you go, Damien? Don't you go? So after Frame by Frame, we did 31 Days of Horror. Wasn't that a blast?
That's 31. That's 31. That's 31.
That was easy. That.
Yeah, have you noticed that we're doing this podcast on? We're doing this podcast on Mother's Day, you know. So I've ruined yet another family event to talk to Andy Lewin, because during 31 Days of Horror, we ruined your birthday.
Yeah.
And anybody else's birthday?
Totally ruined.
Yeah.
I can't remember actually. I think it might have been, but you definitely ruined my birthday.
Yeah, we ruined your birthday and we ruined Halloween. Your daughter River was left standing waiting in the cold because you weren't there to take trick or treating.
Yeah, and I said, right, I'll be back. Don't worry, love. I'll be. Give me an hour. But I was gone, and she just stood there in the cold rain, crying all night.
Yeah, all the Beetlejuice heads just fell off and Oh.
Forgiven me. She doesn't trust me anymore. She's never forgiven me for that. It's all your fault.
I know. And now, you know, all the mothers out there are all angry. I don't know which mothers. Your mother sitting there waiting for you to come back to the dinner table.
Yes, it's not happening.
So when's the next big family event that we can get together to talk?
Let's have a think.
We've got the resurrection of Jesus. Pass. Over.
He gets enough credit. He does. How about right when the pandemic, when all the lockdown has been released and we all go out into the real world, we'll just do a podcast instead and just stay indoors.
We'll do a podcast marathon for a whole week.
No, I've got it.
And we'll just
365 days.
Yes, even better. Let's just go the whole hog. But we're not allowed to leave. We've got to actually only order in for the whole year. And we realised we should have done this last year.
Yeah. We stole the idea. At Christmas, we did 25 days, 25 songs of Christmas. And
yes, you did.
Yeah, we did it last year and the year before. But last year, when we did it, we moved house as well while we were trying to do it. Just talking about stressful things, and because we did it as part of Huddersfield Live, because we usually have this big winter festival, and they couldn't do it because of the pandemic. So they asked us, "Will you do a song and we'll put it out on all the the Huddersfield Live social networking thing, and it might be something that be a bit uplifting for people to get a Christmas song." Like, yeah, all right. Once you're locked in, you can't let them down. You can't not do it. And then we ended up this house we're in now, it went through, we managed to buy it, it was really lucky. But to try and record a song, do a video, work full-time jobs, move house, pack a house, then move, and then unpack, while still trying to do all at the same time. Oh my God, that was really stressful. It was really hard work. And then we had no internet. So what I had to do, we record the song, then I had to put it onto like a memory stick, and then socially distanced to a friend's house where they had to go into another room so I could use their computer just to get it uploaded onto YouTube and then run off quickly before I got close to anybody. It was crazy. It was really hard work.
You're not doing that again.
Not moving the house again now.
No. That's it. We're not moving. We're not moving at all. So whatever happens, stay in touch, and we've got online now, man. It works. You're there. Yeah. I'm here, and once lockdown's over, we'll be able to travel as well. So brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll definitely be meeting up once lockdown's over.
Yes, I won't be very good at meeting people. I'll probably be
Maybe this is your thing.
Yeah, I should stay inside.
Just
yeah,
inside and just write.
I'll be the only
podcast,
one.
isn't it?
I'll be the only one who doesn't come out of lockdown. I'll just stay in. Yeah, that'll be my thing. So Andy Lewin, I know you've got to run. It's coming up to time now. So is there? Yes, I think. Yeah, I think you did. I think you've just realised that we've come to the end, and we've got to do an ending for this thing.
I've got a question for you then before I go.
Right. Go for it. This is how we end things. We never ever end it. Is that? That's the yes.
What's going to happen now? What would it be like if Michael Bay directed it?
And end. Oh no! If he directed this whole thing, we'd have a lot more elaborate angles going on. We'd have multiple angles. We'd have, well, because I'm in Lincolnshire, we'd have the Red Arrow airplanes flying overhead in the background. And I'm not too sure where Megan Fox is going to be appearing.
And as we know that Megan Fox can be in two places at the same time, so she could turn up here and then with you.
Well, that could be is that one of her gifts? Yes, because because of scene continuity. Is that because of bad continuity?
Yeah.
I don't know why that would be. Yeah, so there'd be a couple of toolboxes full of screws and bolts, and every so often we'd just throw the bolts at the screen, and then Mark Wahlberg will be heard off screen going, "Hey, explosions, run!" and then we roll credits.
Perfect. I think that's how you have to end it then.
Yeah, that was just weird. That was just weird, but not as weird as episode 13 of Frame by Frame. So please, everybody, check that one out.
Yeah, you have to put a link.
Yeah, but first of all, before we start pimping Frame by Frame, we've got Breakaway Acoustic Duo on Instagram at Breakaway Music 8611. Catchy.
That's it.
Then we've got Face the Strange at Face the Strange Band. That's your actual high energy rock band.
Yeah, rock, funk,
rock,
jazz,
funk,
blues.
You name it.
Bit of everything. Yeah, a bit of everything going on there.
Bit of everything there. And if you want to chat to Andy personally and figure out, all the tricks of the trade of being an expert podcaster, reviewer, filmmaker, actor, wig wearer, and there he is, Andy Lewin.
Oh, guitars, come to me.
Guitars, pedal talk, all of it. I mean, you've got a new baby as well, so he's been showing some amazing pictures of his new guitar. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, it's even shinier on here.
Sir Modern Pro. Very nice.
And what's it called? What's it called?
It's a Sir, SUHR, Sir Modern Pro.
Okay, everybody write that down.
Right, I'm going to hold it because I'm banging it on the back.
Of course, Frame by Frame is still available. FLT, is that right? FLT?
FLT pod, yep.
No, it's not. That's not FLT. Hang on. It's actually Frame by Frame, FBF. Right, are you gonna play us out, Andy?
Yeah. There you go. You got a bit of Simpsons. You probably can't hear it because it's electric and it's not plugged in.
I heard the Simpsons. Yeah, I heard it. I heard it. It's perfect. That's the way I
really
want to
good
go
to see
out.
you,
So it has been really good to see you too, and we will do this again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do some movie talk. Let's have a subject this time and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's making Mark Commode angry these days.
Yeah.
All the best to you, man.
Yeah, you too, buddy. You too.
all the best to you, and send my best to Tracy and River and everybody else there who's hiding in the background.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing you all.
Live long and prosper, and for old time's sakes, let's say the clock is running out of time. We're out of time. Catch you later, Andy. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Bye-bye. You okay, pal?
I'm gonna have to pull over.
Yeah?
I need to go.
You need to go? What now?
Yeah, I can't hold it, but it's raining and there's people around. If only I had something to put my business in.
Well, it just so happens I think I might have something for you.
Liquid storage bags! You will never get caught short again thanks to liquid storage bags!
Here you get 8, that's right, 8 bags in which you can store your very own liquid items.
Bags are sold separately, liquid not included.
The attractive cardboard box is easy to open.
With each wonderfully transparent, durable, and easily accessible.
Ready to go! That's right, when you've got to go,
liquid storage bags are there for you! Liquid storage bags?
That's right,
liquid storage bags!
They're sleek, sturdy, and stylish. And what's more, you can write all the information you need right there on the bag, where the space is provided.
Warning, do not write on liquid storage bags. Liquid storage bags cannot be found in any store, by phone, or online.
So you know that liquid storage bags are the product for you.
And only you!
What's it called?
Liquid storage bags!
Ah, yeah! Liquid storage bags!